We've served dozens of GEO companies, and one of them is very special. This company is the smallest client we've ever served. It's an AI startup doing AI 3D modeling. Competition in this sector is fierce. Domestically, there's Tencent Hunyuan, and abroad there are very strong players like Tripo and Luma. I met their CEO at an AI CEO conference. I'm a serial entrepreneur myself, so I know exactly how tough it is for startups in the early stages. So I told him not to invest heavily yet. Let's try it out with the minimum cost first. For the first batch, I only suggested they focus on the 10 most core keywords. As a result, 2 weeks later, their coverage in AI answers reached over 90%, and they started appearing alongside major competitors like Tencent Hunyuan for many queries. According to their feedback, over 30% of their customers now come from GEO. After the Spring Festival, they stopped all Xiaohongshu and Baidu ads and shifted most of their budget to GEO. Now, they do almost no other marketing in China, yet GEO brings in several hundred new registered users every day. What's truly key is that we help them do 6 things right regarding GEO. First, we didn't put them on the wrong battlefield. This company does AI 3D. If they only define themselves as a 3D modeling tool, they'd immediately go head-to-head with big players like Tencent Hunyuan, Tripo, and Luma. What do startups fear most? It's not a bad product, but being placed by AI into a category where they can't win. So we help them redefine their position. Not just another AI 3D modeling tool, but an AI 3D full process modeling platform. From generating 3D models from images and text, to texturing, auto-rigging, motion capture, and animation output. The first step of GEO isn't writing articles, it's first deciding how AI should understand you. Second, don't start with brand terms, but with the questions users ask when making decisions. Users won't start by asking how rodent is. What they'll actually ask is, which AI 3D modeling tool is the best? How to generate a 3D model from an image? Is there a one-stop tool from images to 3D animation? These questions are the real entry points for users into the decision-making process. What GEO aims for is whether AI will recommend you before the user even searches for your name. Third, we perform an AI diagnosis for every keyword in advance. We don't just write content upon seeing a word. We first look at how AI currently answers. Does it mention the client? Does it mention them or a competitor? Is the brand semantics accurate? Which sources is AI citing? Why does it trust the competitor and not you? This step determines the content direction. Otherwise, no matter how much you write, you're just adding noise for the AI.